the ball. Down and quiet.
What is up? What is up? What is up? We are here on episode number 3. We are racking up the episode numbers. At this rate, we're going to be up to like 10 by the end of the year, I think. I mean, we might get into double digits.
Yeah, we'll start somewhere.
Yeah. What is up, guys? It's like I haven't talked to you guys like 15, 20 seconds or something like that. So
it was at least 30 with the intro.
Exactly with the intro, absolutely. So
the stadium trucks make me want to bust out the old stadium. That looks like fun.
I was watching the little YouTube earlier. A guy was talking about like how he got into RC, and he had the Nitro 2-wheel-drive Nitro stadium truck, and it was kind of playing in the background, so I wasn't listening to it. But man, I saw a 2-wheel-drive Nitro stadium truck. I was like, that has got to be a freaking ball to drive. You imagine having all that freaking power with 2-wheel drive? That's
on loose dirt.
Yeah, exactly. And the old the paddle tires, what do you call it? The ribs, the front rib tires.
Yeah.
So
it's a shame there's no place to really run those around here. That'd be fun.
I mean, you can run them anywhere. You can run regular stadium trucks. You could run them at Adrenaline or Powerline. We just need to bring them back, 2-wheel drive Nitro stadium trucks.
I really think.
Let me get going with the 4-wheel drive Nitro first.
I do have some 2-wheel drive brushless Traxxas we can bring out. We really want to get crazy.
Yeah, like the Rustler. Yeah,
I got 2 of them. Yeah, I got 2 Rustlers.
Do you guys remember the RC10 GT by Team Associated?
Yep.
I had one of those way back in the day.
So I never had one, but whenever I very first started racing, like 1903, 1907, whenever it was when I started racing, the RC10T came out. It was brand new. And that was the hot thing. And Traxxas was trying to be a race chassis, and Losi was still Losi. It was not TLR. Gil Losi Jr. was like 20, so I don't know. He's probably my age, so he was probably younger than that. But yeah, it was completely different. We had the all these chassis that are throwbacks now. Yeah, that's what I started on. That's how old I am. I'm throwback chassis old. The problem is like, unlike plenty of other people who drove, back in the 90s and kept driving, they're actually fast. I'm not fast because I took like a 30-year break. So I'm like, like I started racing a year ago. So. But,
Rick says he's got one.
What's that?
Rick says he's got one. Rick, that's why I call you the OG, man. You got all that good stuff.
Yeah. So they're Nitro stadium trucks. I don't think they're short course. I think they're doing they are stadium trucks. So it's kind of like the mini Truggy, but not really. It's really a truck. Like they were real trucks. So, but pretty cool. So we're gonna do a little chatting tonight. Where we were, what we did. Did we ever talk about P&B on here? I think I did. No, I don't think I did, actually.
Yeah, we did.
We did?
Maybe you did. P&B? Solo, episode 2.
Yeah.
That was after P&B?
Yeah.
Yep, that was the Tuesday after, or the following week.
Okay, because I know it was after I did the road racing.
Took me a while to recover from that one, so...
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because we weren't sure if we were going to have brain capacity to do the live. All right. Is it bugging anybody else? I got my beard cut today, and I'm straight. Look like I'm rocking the Amish beard. Like she cut my mustache so short. I feel like I've got the old,
I think it's just you.
I rolled up in the horse and buggy, to the podcast. So, but yeah. So who wants to kick it off? Who wants to chat about the test and tune?
So on Friday, us three, we got together and did a little test and tune on our way down to World of RC. We stopped at Rusty's there at Leaned Out Raceway and played around with shock fluids and pistons and just driving the car and seeing how it reacted differently. It was really good to get some track time and just practice. And me personally, I was trying to figure out more about how shocks affect the way the car feels. And Dave, you got the nitro buggy busted out. That was pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, thanks for the help on that one.
I'm running that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, other than messing with yours at the last Leaned Out race, that was the first time. So you helped me get it all together. We got it fired up. Actually ended up going faster with that than my e-buggy. I don't know how that worked, but it was good to get my feet wet.
So that was legit. Like the second time you actually ever drove a nitro
On track, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
He practiced with my S-Works at Leaned Out and then practiced with the X-Ray. And then Saturday we went down to World of RC in North Carolina and did a club race. And that was a ton of fun. Really fun. Yeah. Rusty's track is a tight technical. You have to drive very carefully. And World of RC is like this big, wide open, pull that throttle. And two different driving styles, but the track had really good traction. There was a pretty decent turnout for a club race. And
even though we were supposed to get rain too.
Yeah, we got a little bit of drizzle, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Here and there.
So, well, Rusty's track, I ended up turning a set of tires into slicks. Even he told me too. He's like, put on a set of tires that you don't care about that are halfway worn because you're going to finish them off by the end of the day. So it was good though. My main focus going there was wanting to go get that nitro buggy fired up, and then still get some radio time with the e-buggy. I didn't make many changes with that, but I wanted to start that nitro buggy and get that thing running and see how that was going to work out. So it worked out pretty good though. No complaints at all.
And we had some other, let's see. So we did nitro. They ran nitro for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And, I had a lot of help. Rusty got my nitro dialed in more than it was, and that thing was freaking ripping after he got
screaming now.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever over jumped a double worse than I over jumped that double at World of RC. I thought I was going to catch Maddie in the air. She was like 12 feet after the lander. So,
yeah, I was going to say they could have moved that landing back another 10 feet for you.
Yeah. That thing was ripping. Yeah, I mean, Rusty's track had a ton of grip, and so did World of RC, like super, super grip. Mm-hmm. So much so that I honestly feel like I had too much grip, and I could have been faster if I would have actually maybe stiffened the car up, or I don't even remember. I still can't freaking remember what the heck I was supposed to be doing, but less grip. If I would have had less grip, I think I probably would have been faster because I was so worried about traction rolling the big sweeper, that step down sweeper on the backside of World of RC. And I traction rolled the 180 in between the back double and the middle double a number of times. And then even traction rolled after the big double in the third double. I traction rolled that going into that left-hander. So yeah, it was lots of grip. So it was a ton of fun though. Rusty track is a blast. It's a great, like, not that it's only good for practice, but it is a great practice track. So I did a little negotiating with myself on the track and said, you know what, I'm gonna go out with 50% throttle on my e-buggy and I'm going to make myself earn additional throttle until I could stay in the line, like, using all of that throttle and stay in the throttle and keep the corner speed up. I wasn't giving myself any more throttle. And then I went to 55% and then ended up at about, I don't even think I got to 80% and turned my fastest laps actually with like 60 or 65%.
Yeah.
I don't know how you did it, but you got some 34s.
I ran a 34 flat with like 60% throttle.
Yeah.
Well, Rusty did make a good point though. His track is very easy to overdrive.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Slow down, you'll go faster.
Yep. Could not double the middle, that little short double that's before the left-hander, the left-hander, the little middle double.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a little tricky. For it not being a lot of big jumps, it is a very technical track too.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
And
They'll
rough.
definitely take your radio control for sure.
Definitely rough. So you had to you couldn't just wing it and slide through the corners because you'd catch a rut.
Yep.
So you really had to drive, kind of on edge a little bit. So it was good. A lot of fun. I can't wait to get out there and run and race on it. So,
I think just like the spring fling at Adrenaline, that front double in front of the driver's stand, it's small, but if you don't get it right, it's going to mess you up. I think it's faster if you just single that thing. Just like most of the mains at Adrenaline that weekend, most of the guys were singling and rolling that front double. And I think not as many people picked up on that at Leaned Out last time, but I think that's really the way to go. You can still turn some low 30s if you just roll that thing, and it's not that much slower. It sets you up better for the next turn. So
yeah, it's a risk reward, I think, because like the one at Adrenaline, if you nail it 8 times and then crash once, all of those tenths of a second that you got on those 8 times are all gone, because inevitably you're going to crash when there's other cars coming, and that marshal's not going to be able to run out and grab you because they're all trying to double that. So he's not going to run out and catch a car to the temple. So he's going to have to wait. And if he does, and he waits 5 tenths, then that's five laps that are gone. So unless you can nail it, 10 out of 10 times consistently, I think it definitely, even the 40 plus guys, the fast 40 plus guys were all now they were singling into the face. So they were landing basically on chassis so that they can, they weren't rolling it. They were 1.5ing it. You know what I mean? They were landing on the face so that they could carry some speed, like the maximum amount of speed to basically hit the face, take the speed away so that they could make that, make that 180s.
Tiny, why did you have to do that to me?
What's that?
Under my name.
Oh,
What is that?
I just noticed it.
I just noticed it. No, you see, now that you did it, you can explain it.
Yeah. Well, I was waiting till we got to the World of RC, like full on like race recap. So as I mentioned earlier,
noticed
that. Dave was about 15 minutes old in the Nitro world and went out and TQ'd Sportsman Nitro at the he is the king of sandbagging sportsmen at World of RC. He TQ'd and then wrecked the buggy in sportsman style and didn't finish the race. But he was in second. I think you were in second whenever you wrecked, got taken out, / we will go into all the details.
How did you end up? You had to crawl your way back up to second. Did you have a bad start? Was your first lap a mess? What happened there?
When you take off down the front straightaway and then you go towards that right-hand sweeper into that back double, a few cars got tangled up and pushed me a little bit to the outside. So I had to work my way back up, though. So, yeah, it was just a little bit of a tangle up at the beginning, but nothing crazy. Took me a few laps to get back into second, and then got tangled up with somebody who was a lap down over the big double in front of the driver's stand. But that's racing, I guess, right? So, It's all right.
Yeah.
I was kind of bummed. I was bummed that it happened. My first race, Jason. Actually, no, Jason. I went long enough to actually. You did my first pit stop. What did we do? 6:30 just to keep it safe.
Just to keep
I
it
think
safe.
it
I
was.
wanted you to make it through the whole darn race. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So we did a 6:30, and then it was a few laps after that. So it is what it is, though. It's racing and not winning. You know what I mean? But we'll get them on the next one.
I think Jason was the only one actually the whole, toned to flags.
Yeah.
And you did that in one of your races, right?
Both of them actually.
Did you? You made it all the way in the.
Yeah, the truck lost the wing.
Oh yeah, that's
That'll
right.
tell you how important the wing is.
I mean, I technically started the truck race and finished the truck race. I just took like an 8-minute pit stop in the middle at my trailer to install the motor. Pro tip: if you only put 2 threads of a motor mount in a nitro motor, it will not make it through a 10-minute main.
It won't make it through the warm-up lap.
Yeah, exactly. So I was working on my truck, and for those who weren't there and understand the inside joke, I was working on my nitro truck because I had some issues and it was really just plaguing me in my last qualifier. So I said, oh, maybe it's a clutch. So I had a ProTech clutch to put in it anyway that I didn't do at LCRC when I did the buggy. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put the new clutch in. And I got about 80% of the way through doing it. And when I got ready to put it back together, they started the mains and I had to go out and run my e-buggy. So I said, Jason, can you finish this? And I think what I said was the screws are in the motor or something like that. All it needs to be done is put in the car. And what I was trying to say was the motor mount, or the motor was attached to the motor mount, the top, because it was a quick change. So it was in the top piece of the motor, but the motor mount wasn't together. I had only started putting the screw in, but I didn't say that. So it was 100% on me. Little fact about ADHD is it is really challenging to say words as fast as your brain comes up with them. So my wife will attest to that. I do not speak in complete sentences. I do not complete thought. I am a skilled 20% communicator. And so I communicated about 20% of the information that Jason needed to finish putting my truck together. So I ran over there and threw some screws in it and then brought it back and fired it up and threw it out on the track and finished about 6 or 8 laps down to Jason because he ripped the wing off of his truck. So,
well, it was only the 2 of you in the nitro truck class, right? It was just 2 of you running with the e-guys.
I was gonna say I got second place, but now that Dave called me out that there was only 2 people in there, thanks, buddy. Like,
Yeah, well, look what you did to my name over here.
I thought maybe your screws just didn't have Loctite on them, and that's why they came out. Because I fussed with that
mesh.
Gear mesh. I mean, the screws were holding that thing together. Yeah. I would have ripped that motor out. I mean, I struggled to get the mesh. I mean, it's pretty tight. Well, I don't know how it is after the run, but it was pretty tight. It was on the tight side, but at least it had a little bit of play. But I had to struggle to get some play, both in the gear mesh and then, as you know, the clutch bell had some friction for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe just because it was brand new.
It's crazy that those chassis with stock gears, you are all the way maxed out on the slots to mesh. Like you do not have very much wiggle room on the big side to but yeah, it's crazy how Justin says that's a bad thing. Is that sandbagging's a bad thing, or is it just normal? Like that's a thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it attracted a lot of attention, so the weekend prior.
Especially you mean the last race. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say our attention was all local. So But
Yeah.
So yeah. So what's up with your nickname, Jason? Why did you why you get short? What's your story? What's your North Carolina story from this weekend?
Well, we all got together. We all agreed to get together, hang out, drive our cars, have a good weekend. And part of that was I was going to buy a bus that was down there in Raleigh. And this is the second time in maybe 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks that this has happened. But I'm not necessarily looking for a bus, but I found 2 buses that look like they would work for me. So one guy, I called him and I said, I'll see you tomorrow at 6. And he said, all right, I'll see you then. And then
PM.
texted me at 10 o'clock that night. He's like, hey, text me in the morning because somebody's coming to look at it. And I said, well, dude, I figured you had to get off work and then I would see you after that. So how early are you trying to sell this thing? I can come out in the morning. And then he texted me at 7:30 in the morning. He said that it's sold. Thanks, dude. And then in North Carolina this weekend, the guy had it in one place and he had to drive it to another place. And he ended up bringing it to Raleigh. And I was there. I was ready to buy it. He said he had the title ready to go. And during our racing, I missed the text by like an hour. While we were racing, I pulled out my phone to let him know, hey, it looks like we'll be done around like 6 o'clock. I'll probably be there about 7 o'clock. Well, he sent me a message. He said, hey, somebody just gave me a deposit on the bus. And I was like, well, what? I thought I was coming down here to meet you to buy the bus from you. And then he had this whole deal about the title needs to be notarized and he can't get it notarized until next week. And I was like, I'm not chasing you around to get a title squared away for DMV.
As you are in North Carolina without a way home, without a car, he had me to get him home, but the whole plan was to ride down with me and then drive the bus back.
Yep.
So real quick before we get too far, I want to make sure everybody gets a shout out that's on. So what's up, Rick Blunt? What's up, Jason? Justin Slayton, Chris Chapman's in the house, and Bryce Homeland. Bryce is in the house.
Let's make a deal with Bryce, okay?
Give me L's in Bryce's name.
You say his name right, he'll get a nitro truck. How's that sound?
There you go. Dang it. He might never get a nitro truck. I don't know if I can say his name right.
I have to practice. I haven't seen Chris commenting on the previous one. What's going on, Chris?
He was talking about the only guy who can do it consistently is Lee. So that's good company to be in if you can run that. Lund. Holm Lund. All right, now you got to get a nitro truck. I said it right.
That didn't take long.
Yeah. Did I mention about the ADHD and not being able to talk as fast as my brain goes? Yeah, just a reminder on that. So, but yeah. So all right. Well, what's on the agenda for this weekend? Oh, well, we forgot. We did the we after we got stiffed on the bus, we went to the La Stella homestead and went and had some cigars and a little bit of burgers.
Some burgers, some homemade food.
Yeah, and some crazy corn salsa dip.
Yep. That you couldn't get enough of. And then Sunday morning, had to send Jason home with some homemade Cinnabons.
Yeah, we went and hung out at Dave's place and tried to sell him a puppy. It didn't work. And we do have puppies. Anybody needs a puppy? We are actually getting one puppy back. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. So we went from down to 5 and then back up to 6 and now to 7. So I might end up with 10 dogs at the end of this gig. So if 2 dogs is cool, then 10 dogs is awesome, right? Isn't that how it works?
Somebody put more the merrier.
Yeah, allegedly they're bringing it back this weekend. Yeah, they
Oh.
something worked out, and they're worried about it being by itself during the day, which it's a legitimate concern because these dogs are pretty high energy, and
Yeah, it's a thing.
probably don't want to be by themselves all the time. So it's all good.
Yeah.
All good.
Well-
So yeah,
Well, I was gonna say, Tiny, why don't you? Because I'm amongst the masses myself with JC tires. I was gonna say, bring up the luck you had with the Pro Circuit tires this weekend. Between Rusty's being such high grip and hard packed, and then following it up with going down through World of RC.
yeah. So I ran a combination of on the truck. I ran the Trigon Super Softs, which is like a Recon, JC Recon. And then I ran the Trigons on the e-buggy, I think. And then I ran the Kamikaze Super Soft, which is kind of like a detox rehab mix. It's like an oval pin that's split down the middle, and but super soft. But I'll tell you what, I drove at Rusty's. Actually, I was running an I-bar. I was running a soft I-bar, so like a blue. I was running a soft I-bar, which is their bar tire, and we ran for on the I ran them both on the e-buggy and the nitro buggy, and I put probably an hour, at least an hour, maybe an hour and 20 minutes on the nitro buggy.
Yep.
And I put probably at least that. I probably put 4 or 5 hours on those tires at Rusty's, and they're not done. They're not cooked. They're definitely worn, but those babies, they're like a soft long wear, with their compounds. So they're not gonna lie, I'm digging them. They're good for me. They're fast enough for me, predictable. They last, and they're cheap. I mean, the pre-mounts are $48 retail for a set of 4. And tires, the Pro Circuit wheels, I really dig them. They're really robust. They last. They don't have any issues, with them cracking or anything like that. I think you've been running them for a while, Dave. The Pro Circuit wheels.
Yeah, actually, I started running them at the Fall Brawl last year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I believe it was the Fall Brawl last year. I was talking to Lucas in their blue whale now, and he actually recommended them. And honestly, he was pretty spot on. I mean, I like the glue bead on them, and I haven't had one issue yet with crashing. I've only had one kind of hairline crack, and I've probably gone through 10 or more sets so far. So I'll take that as a win, for the money, you can't beat it.
yeah.
So especially, I kind of feel like too, it's a good bang for the buck when you're trying to get new people into the hobby as well, because things do add up quick,
Last, they got good grip, and price is good. So, and I've literally been running them since I started running S-Works, pretty much every weekend, different tires. I've run about probably 8 to 10 different sets of tires in different configurations.
Yeah.
All the buggies have been pre-mounts, and I've only had one issue. I had one hot dice come unglued, and probably 100 sessions or more. So been running them really, really hard, and haven't had any issues with the pre-mounts. I mean, you'll have an issue with your own glue at some point, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
actually I've had more issues with my own glue ups, than I had a bad batch of glue that I think was just old.
Especially on the truck tires.
Yeah.
And I ran Pro Circuits. I ran one set of buggy tires, nitro and electric, Friday and Saturday. I ran hours and hours and hours on these Pro Circuit tires. I traction rolled, which probably means my chassis was set up a little soft, but with a hard tire, I had plenty of traction. And Dave literally created slicks with his J Concept tires. Were they blues or greens you had at Friday?
They were greens. I was going to put on a fresh set of blues, but Rusty said not to worry about that. He's like, as long as you stay in the groove, you'll have plenty of traction. And if the greens are already worn down, just finish them off. So
there was a line
yeah.
going down, not on the center, but off center. There was a line going down to the carcass where you not only made them slicks, there was nothing left on those tires, but you were going through the tire itself.
Yeah,
and
the foam was almost coming out by the end.
I should run and grab one of mine. I was running the Pro Circuit Addictives in medium compound. And even at World of RC, there was plenty of tread left coming off the track after the quals and the main. So,
and just to be fair, I mean, there's nothing wrong with J Concept. It's just they're softer, so they might, have a little bit, more bite in certain situations. It's a different compound, but for folks of a certain, skill level, Pro Circuits get the job done, and at a price point where it's easier to run when you don't have to spend as much money in all situations on tires. So I've got I've got just about every kind of tire that's relevant in our area, and I've got them as demos. So if you guys are at the track and you want to try them out, let me know. I'll get you a set, let you go out there. I don't want you burning them up, but no, happy to let you guys get out there, and I mean, you guys as far as the people watching the podcast, Jason and Dave know that they can run anything in my box. But yeah, if you're curious about the Pro Circuit and you want to check them out, stop by the trailer and let me know, and I'll get you fixed up and let you get out there and try them out. And I'm guessing that you'll probably like them. So
yeah,
we're going to be running a lot this year. Be giving them away soon at the races too. We're going to be giving some away. So
and I ran the pre-mounts. None of the beads look like they're coming off on the inside or the outside. And just to add to what Tiny said, there's nothing wrong with J Concepts. I actually bought a set of J Concepts tires at World of RC. But if you are doing a practice day and you don't want to make slicks out of your nice tires, getting a harder compound and maybe getting a cheaper set of tires might be the way to go for practicing on. But honestly, I'm surprised with how well they're working, and I'm glad that they are. And I'm actually on an older tire. I want to try those Trigons, but the Addictive, I think it's kind of like a reflex tread pattern, or maybe more like a stalker or a blocker, something along those lines with the square pins, and it worked great. So I'm going to keep trying them. So next weekend, Pro Short Bus.
I was just going to say, he was even running in the pro class. So he was not a sportsman sandbagger. He was he ran pro this weekend. So
yeah, I struggled in the main, but I had decent quals. So yeah, there was.
What did you started? What fifth in
fifth? Yeah,
Pro Nitro Buggy.
Yeah, I started fifth. Had some issues. My pace wasn't there.
And there was some fast folks in there. Maddie was there. I think she won the whole thing.
Yep. Wyatt, Sean.
Wyatt did really well. It was super cool to see how much he's improved. I haven't seen him since probably Beast of the East, but that kid was fine.
Dave Saunders was there. Dude, he was
Saunders was there too.
He was ripping that truggy around and the nitro. He was
deadly consistent with that buggy.
He was getting it. So, but oh, here we go. The newest member.
The Thorn Dog.
I'll be right back.
We introduced the newest member of the Truth Motorsports team. So, and he's already ready to go. All right, give me Knucks. Give me Knucks. Good boy. So, that is Nitro, and he just tore skin off my arm. So, but
Actually, Tiny, you know what I wanted to bring up too, which was pretty cool. That having a chance to pay it forward this weekend, because my first race, when I started racing last year in July, when I got there, I was going out and having problems with traction. One of the guys, I don't know if you guys know, but Brandon Stevens, I still talk to him all the time. He was just at North Georgia Shootout, did really well, got the bump to the A and stuff. And he came over to me. He's like, well, what tires you running? And I forget what I had at the time, but he's like, no, here, try these. These are super soft. So I went out there. Make a long story short, I got the chance to do that with somebody who was new this weekend. And we just started talking and stuff. And I was, long story short again, I was like, well, what tires you running? Because he said he couldn't get any traction. And I think he was out there on blues. And I gave him a set of greens. And I was like, here, go try these, run them the whole day. He's like, well, I don't want to waste them on you. I was like, don't worry about it. Just go try it out, see if it makes a difference, and then you'll learn from there. That's how it works. So, yeah, those are from Rusty's.
that's
And World Varsity.
And
And World Varsity.
That's pretty good for 2 whole days. I'll take it.
All right, so what's up this weekend? We got the VCS back at the power line. And Dave, did you figure out where you might be going?
It's not looking like I'm going to be heading anywhere this weekend, honestly. And if I do, it's going to be to possibly World of RC to get some. My wife wants to practice being the goose to my Maverick, so
Yeah.
we might do that. We'll see what happens.
So 2 weeks ago, it got rained out and it got rescheduled to this weekend. So hopefully the BCS following will be there, but there are also races at Tilt Yard. And Homer said the track's in pretty rough shape, so he's trying to get it together.
Depends on how much weather he
Race
gets.
going on in Adrenaline this week.
I think they're all going to depend on how much weather we get Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
So there's the team manager to get the new member.
Weather looks pretty good here in Fredericksburg, so I think Powerline should be good to go.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it just depends on how much they got this week, because all those tracks could have handled, I don't know about Homer's. I didn't see Homer's, but, Powerline and Adrenaline could have eaten some water, but they got a bunch this week. So we'll just have to see. How it works. Bryce, when are you guys probably not going to get a chance to sugar again before this weekend, huh? They sugared last week, probably all now.
Wednesday night.
But
maybe instead of practice, they'll be doing track maintenance.
Well, but if it has there's a chance of rain Thursday and Friday. So if they put sugar down Wednesday, it'll all be gone. So says probably not. So we'll just have to see. I mean, if there's enough moisture in the ground, I think it'll be okay. So we'll see. We will play it by ear as we have been for the last few weeks.
Well, with you and I, Tiny, and if Daniel's with us, that's 3 nitro trucks. If Tim gets his fixed in time, he'll be number 4. And I think we might have a number 5 wild card showing up. So we still might have a nitro truck class this weekend.
We will see. So for those out there wanting to get in a nitro truck, we are trying to make nitro truck great again in Virginia. We have the Virginia Nitro Truck Association unofficial but we'll see if we can get some trucks running. They're a lot of fun to ride. What else we got? What else on the agenda?
Just make sure you're not involved in Tiny.
What's that?
I said, make sure you're not bolted this time beforehand.
I got a lot of nut and bolt new. I don't know. I don't even know if Jason Loctited the engine screws or
On the chassis, yeah, the ones I put in under from the chassis into the mount.
Okay, all right. So yeah, I got to Loctite. The other ones because I didn't. But they got washers on. They got lock washers. Excuse me.
Yeah, I did the clutch bell nut too.
Oh, awesome news for those interested. I do have some S Works buggies in stock. We got 2 nitros and an electric buggy. And I can have a truck in the house within about 2 days if you let me know. We got a new addition to the dealership list down here with Tekin. Got approved as a Tekin dealer. So now we have Hobby Wing and Tekin. As far as ESCs go, we got Tekin batteries. We could do Ultimate batteries. Jason rocked his bug shields this weekend. The gnats were terrible at World of RC. So Jason was Ryan Lutzen on the stand with his Harbor Freight goggles. So, but yeah, we got tons of J Concepts in the trailer. We got truck tires, buggy tires. We got Pro Circuits. We got loads of Nitrolux fuel. We have tons of race ready products there. We got all of our Mutant parts in. We got our Techno parts in, our S Works parts in. So I got all the racing fluids from Ultimate for shocks and diffs. What else we got? Oh, really cool stuff we got coming this week. The new Ultimate large form factor nitro air filters finally came back in stock. So Jason and I will be running those on our nitros, and then we have a couple for the wall. So those things went out of stock like instantly when they announced them. So they're back. They were back in stock for about a day, and so we ordered some of this kit. Jason, can you pull that up and show that real quick, just so people know what we're talking about?
Let me see what I can do.
A couple of cool things about it. It's a bigger surface area, so more opportunity for airflow. But the other thing is the cover for the dusty tracks. They are they come with a cover that you can keep the dust off the top layer of oil. So we'll pull that up whenever Jason gets it pulled up. But we got a load of parts and more stuff coming in tomorrow, I think, from Beach RC. I'll go up on the wall. This is she's paying attention. So this is my wife talking about your gear. So,
can you see my screen?
Yeah, we got it. So see if you can zoom in. Dave, I'm going to mute you for a second. You got some background noise until you're ready to talk again.
So the cool thing about this filter that I like is it has this cover that you don't have to use, but it's there. I think the way they market this thing is to use this in muddy or rainy conditions to keep your filter from getting too wet and waterclogged. But I will tell you, last year, X-Ray has a similar filter to this, and I use the cover even in dry, dusty conditions because I clean my filter elements and re-oil them, and I didn't feel like the engine was starved for air, and it helped keep the filters clean so much cleaner. So the fact that this thing comes with that cover and it's a nice big filter, I don't know technically that nitro engines need any more air. A lot of times whatever. I don't want to get too far into it, but I don't know that a larger filter is necessarily better in any way for whether that's for power or runtime or what have you. But this is a bigger surface area filter, which generally is better. But that filter cover is really super cool. And I'm looking forward to putting that back on there because filters get so dirty so easily.
Yeah.
Nice looking filter.
We'll see. We are gonna give him a run. Should have him for Powerline this weekend. So we'll see how that works out. So
Anthony said, "Where are we racing this weekend?"
We're going to be at the VCS Powerline. So,
and then the weekend after that, the 18th or 19th, is the second VCS race at Adrenaline.
Correct. Yeah. VCS back to back. So we'll be excited to log some points. And remember, if you make all of the races for the series, you will be entered into the drawings at the end of the year for some big stuff. I think we're trying to get like a kit and some other big prizes so that you can have the incentive to make it to all. You have to make it to all the races, no drops, to be into the VIP drawing. So, but yeah, we'll Jason. That's his scuba gear. My wife said, Anthony. He said, what do you got on your face?
The gnats were really bad at World of RC, and they were flying all around your face, and they were landing in my eye. And so being up there for the Nitro main, I know you only mess with electric, Anthony, but I couldn't be up there all day with the gnats getting in my eyes. So I put some goggles on. These are from Harbor Freight. They're cheap. They did start to fog up just a little bit towards the end of the race. But if any of you guys have, I don't know about paintball, but other goggles that might have some vents in them from other sports or what have you.
You just need to get a 40 millimeter fan.
Yeah.
RC, in a Nitro receiver pack. And then you can have oh, snap. All right. It is our secret, Anthony. We will not tell your wife, providing she does not get online and look at Facebook and look at the RCRC podcast. We will not tell. Hey, you know what, Anthony? I know somebody's got a Nitro buggy for sale. Techno Nitro buggy for sale. Brand new kit. So, might be able to get a little deal. So, Chris is telling on you, Anthony. He said, "What do you got? Are he's gonna dime you out?"
Dave dropped out.
Yeah, I think his internet is having issues. So
no bueno.
Yeah, that's what he gets for living in the sticks. Carolina sticks. He's back. All right, let me add him back. He's back.
Sorry about that. I don't know why it keeps kicking me out.
You got Sportsman Wi-Fi, so you got to get
Walmart Wi-Fi.
You got to get that pro Wi-Fi. Oh, he's waiting on the Techno 2.2. Okay. Well, I know a Techno dealer that can hook you up. And by hook you up, I mean sell it to you at full price. I know, Anthony, that's the next question is hook me up, man. Sandbagger Wi-Fi. But yeah. Anybody got anything
That's how
else?
everybody's going to know me now. My first race ever. You're not allowed to be a sportsman. First race ever.
Exactly. Well, you can't if you TQ sportsman in your very first time as a Nitro guy, and then what did you end up doing? What was your pace like? Your pace was like 4 seconds off. Total pace was 4 seconds off Jason, who qualified fifth in the pro. A-main.
Yeah, overall, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, he would have qualified sixth in the pro A main. So I think that's the definition of a sandbagger. Just saying.
I mean, I didn't know. I mean, let's start there.
And if you wouldn't have been in sportsman, then I could have qualified 9th instead of 10th. So, that's really what's important.
You would have by the end you would have at least gotten top 10, right?
Well, since I made it 3 laps, I doubt it. I'm pretty sure. I mean, unless there was only 10 cars in the field. That was
Wait, you only ended up doing 3 laps?
Yeah, I broke left A arm. But you
were only 3 laps in when that happened?
Yep.
Oh, I thought you had more race time than that.
Nope, I did not get a lot of race time this weekend. I got a lot of like quals and practice, but I broke the nitro buggy. I broke the the nitro truggy and fixed it, and then got back and finished the race.
Okay.
E-buggy, I finished. I ran 40 plus for e-buggy, so I started in 6th and finished in 6th. And no, I started in, what did I finish? 5th. I wasn't last. So
All right.
I
Well-
agree. He does need to come up for the Virginia Championship Series. He's being a North Carolina. What's a politically correct word to say?
Jason, what are you going to say?
I was waiting for you to find the word, but okay, check this out, Bryce and Justin. Let's make VCS great this year, and then maybe we'll extend it down to North Carolina next year. Maybe we can have some sort of like VCS North Carolina, duel. And you got Rocky Point, you got World of RC, you got Red Brush. There's probably more. What else? I mean, we could make this thing bigger, whether it's a whole series of points races or just like a championship event.
Mm-hmm.
What other tracks are down in North Carolina besides those 3? But I mean, that's 3 really nice tracks.
Dude, how many times?
If everybody wants to make a drive.
We got 2 different Bryce
I've
home.
seen somebody bring it up. Huh?
We have 2 different Bryce Homelands watching.
I think, he felt bad about our viewer count, so he was like trying to bump it up for us,
Oh, he's on YouTube. That's right. No, that's his YouTube account. He's watching on YouTube now. He went from Facebook to YouTube.
Rocky Point's there too.
Yeah, I'm down for Rocky Point. They just need a 2-day race. That's too far of a drive. It's 6:18 or 20 for a 1-day race. That's just a lot.
And Red Brush looks pretty sick too. It looks a lot like Tilt Yard with the elevation change. It's like on a hill.
We talked about
it. Is a fun track.
We're going to have challenges getting Truth Motorsports headquarters to the Red Brush track. It's got a pretty steep driveway, apparently.
Yeah.
We'll get a helicopter.
That's what I say. Does anybody have a helicopter who can drop the Truth Motorsports headquarters into the track?
Unfortunately for the team, my name's La Stella and not Rockefeller. So
it's La Stella.
Yeah.
Pronounce it right.
Yeah, last. Yep.
It is hilarious. How the freaking computer says Dave La Stella. Yeah, they're gonna do some, Bryce. I talked to the guys who run the events down there. They just started this year. The tracks, they put a lot of effort into the track, and they are going to do some bigger events. But it's crawl, walk, run. So it
is worth the drive, though. It really is. It was a great track when I was there.
We'll just have to do some other stuff. You have to get down there to do some other stuff because it's close to Myrtle, right?
Yeah, it's probably about 45 minutes or so north of Myrtle.
I wonder if Myrtle. I wonder if Beach does anything on Sundays. Maybe we could go race 8 scale on Saturday, and then maybe do some 10 scale at Beach.
Yeah, probably.
So,
or hit World of RC on Sunday on the way back, maybe.
If they do I know they do practice on Sundays. I don't know if they do races on Sundays.
Well, yeah, maybe next year Dave can venture up here for VCS, and maybe we'll talk to some of the North Carolina folks and see what they want to
do. Yeah, we need to get out there and do some more stuff. So. Oh, Maddie's in the house.
Maddie.
Maddie killed it this weekend. She was ripping that pink and blue buggy all over the track.
Oh, yeah.
She was showing us how it's done. What did you run, a 28? Did you run a 28 on your track? I'm pretty sure. She ran it. No, here's the thing. She ran a 28 with the freaking stick in the left side of her suspension. So the left side of her suspension in her buggy wasn't even working, and she ran at 28. And I'm like, I got a 34. I got a 34. So Rick says that they race Wednesday nights and Saturdays. Well, that's not, one day I'm gonna go down, but yeah, we'll figure out. We'll get some more. We'll get some more stuff going, and But this weekend, let's get out there and represent VCS and get the points going. Need to do the anti-rain dance, whatever that is.
It looks good right now.
Who's vacuuming their house? Is your Dave? Is your
I don't know. Let me shut my.
Or just mute your microphone real quick.
I think Dave's housekeeper is cleaning his ginormous.
No, I'm in the RC trailer.
I know, but your background is the big mansion. So your house cleaner, his house cleaner showed up. So, but anyway, all right. What else we got? Anything else for tonight?
No, that's it. Weather looks good for this weekend. Maybe a little bit of rain on Friday, but Saturday it's gonna be about
track
low to mid 60s. So should be a good day.
So I am gonna do some driver showcases coming up. I talked to a number of regional drivers, and I'm gonna do some one-on-one interviews. They're gonna be recorded, and I'm gonna try and get 3 or 4 recorded so that I can maybe get on a once a week release of those things. They'll be independent of the RCRC podcast, but they'll be on the same channel. But kind of like Lefty does. I'm just living in Lefty's world. I'm trying to be Lefty, but Tiny Lefty, close.
Don't leave out Brent too. He has a lot of good interviews with people too.
Oh yeah. Actually, that's what I was watching between the Ty Tessman interview that Lefty just did, and then I watched part 2 of the interview that had Joe Bornhurst and who was on with him? Dakota? I think it was Dakota on with Joe.
It was, yeah.
It was after Masters of Dirt. Yeah, Dakota Fenn, yeah. So that I just watched that and I was like, you know what? All the big guys get interviewed. So I think us regular folk need to get interviewed. So we're gonna do that. I'm not even gonna hint at who's gonna be interviewed until you'll have to pay attention and sign up. Go to the RCRC podcast or Truth Motorsports YouTube and like and subscribe and click the notification bell, and then you'll get notified whenever when your favorite regional driver gets interviewed and gets put out on the podcast. So yeah, anybody else got anything?
Well, if it's gonna be regular folk, Anthony's out because he's the greatest.
Anthony said I have to get some more followers. He can't be stepping single digit.
Oh.
I think, let's see where we're at on the I tell you what, let's get us a little challenge out on the YouTube, and we'll say when we get to a certain follower count, then we will interview Anthony as a treat for you guys, right? So let's see. We are at view your channel. We have 22 subscribers on the old Truth Motorsports at Truth Motorsports YouTube channel. So let's say when we get to 50, when we get to 50 subscribers, we will put out the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Donnelly on the interview. So you guys want to see the man, the myth, the legend, talk about how he got into RC. You guys got to get out there and subscribe. I fully expect that at the end of the night, we should be in the 30s. I mean, you can sign into your wife's account. Jason's cat has an account. You sign into your cat's account and, like and subscribe. Click that notification bell. I know
Jason's
Dave
cat wears
is,
goggles too.
yeah, he has his own goggles.
That's
She
cool.
has her own goggles. So I think Nitro might have to have his own YouTube account pretty soon. So I don't know. Is Nitro old enough? How old do you have to be? Dog years. Let's see. He's 10 weeks. So he's about he's 13 years old. Yeah, I think that's about how it works in dog years.
That'll work.
So, but all right, 1,000. Bryce says 1,000 subscribers, bro. Anthony would be retired from RC racing before Truth Motorsports gets 1,000 subscribers. So we might be racing hover RC cars by the time we get 1,000 RCs or 1,000 subscribers. So
I'll tell you what,
those,
hey, like a lot of fun at Silver State.
Tiny, aren't those called drones?
yeah, but they'll be like nuclear fusion powered, All right, Bryce said he got this. All right, let's get it and get to 50 subscribers. That's our first milestone. Let's see where we're at on the old Book of Faces. Let's see where.
Is that going to be the first recorded interview, or is that just going to be the Anthony special?
That's the special. That's the VIP interview. If you guys want to see Anthony Donnelly, we need to get to 50 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So you need to get out there and share this right now. Go on your Facebook page and share the YouTube of this live, and then tell all your friends and your homies to like and subscribe, click notification bell, and then we'll interview Anthony Donnelly, the man, the myth, the legend, buggy and truggy electric driver extraordinaire, and 2025 rising Nitro buggy star. So, and then so. And then on the Book of Faces, we have 256 likes and 340 followers on Truth Motorsports. So we need to get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. We need to get those numbers up, and then we'll have something else. I'll tell you what, how about this? If we can get Facebook, I don't know what the difference between a like and a follower is, but if we can get either one of those up to 500, what are we going to give away? Let's give away. Oh, Jason, we lost Dave again. What do we want to give away? What's cool that won't make me broke?
Sorry, I was liking and sharing.
Okay, there you go. What will we give away if we get to 500 followers on Facebook? Sorry, on Facebook. 500 followers, we're 160 away. How about we raffle off to one of our followers? We raffle off a $100 gift card to Truth Motorsports. How about that?
I think that would be stellar.
You guys heard it here first. So let's get to 500 followers, and then we will raffle off a $100 gift card to Truth Motorsports. Oh, we left Dave out. Let me put Dave back in the stage. He back. So here, let's fix this.
Justin, we'll be there. We'll be there for sure.
There we go. Fixed,
possible.
We fixed Dave's name. So. All right. Well, now that we made the announcement, and Dave, did you hear it? Could you hear us when you were in the green room?
Yeah. Yep.
500 followers on Facebook. We're going to give away a $100 gift card. I tell you what, we'll do that. We'll do the same thing for 100 YouTube subscribers. 100 YouTube subscribers, 500 Facebook subscribers. We'll do a $100 gift card for each milestone.
You can't beat that. I mean,
yeah,
just go now.
You can do both. You can be a YouTube subscriber and a Facebook follower and then you are pretty much guaranteed to win $100. I mean, if you're one of 500 and one of 100, the odds are pretty much guaranteed that you're going to win one of those two drawings. Isn't that how that math works, Jason?
Yeah, 1 out of 600. It's exactly like a great chance.
Exactly, almost guaranteed.
That's what my calculator just told me.
Yeah, it's pretty much guaranteed. So all right. Well, that's all I got. I gotta
I
go.
think that's all I got too.
So
Sounds good.
we.
I don't
we
think
made
we're
it
ever
up
going to be able to keep this to a half hour.
Never. No. Well, I was happy that we were only an hour and 5, but you know what? Lefty says they're going to do a short podcast and it's 3 hours and 20 minutes. So we are ahead of Lefty.
I like that I've ended the 2 so far with some Harbor Freight stuff. So go get you some
There you
Harbor
go.
Freight goodies.
I'm gonna have to make Jason some freaking.
I couldn't do RC without Harbor Freight.
I'm 100% making him Harbor Freight stickers for his buggy and truggy.
Well, you see all the Predator generators everybody has. Yeah,
We all run Predator generators.
And
So,
air
all right,
compressors too.
That's it. We're getting Harbor Freight stickers for our freaking buggies and truggies.
What's the membership? They have a
What's it called?
The
Anyway.
Inside Track Club,
Inside Track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
I've
get some
never
Inside
been there.
Track.
as you can tell.
Yes. So powered by Harbor Freight. And that's technically the truth because Dave's trailer and my trailer and the RV are all powered by Predator generators. So
Yep.
I was going to do, and I might still do, I probably will do. I was going to do a set of bodies because I am the king of Waffle House. I love Waffle House. I was going to do a set of Waffle House bodies, yellow, and print some Waffle House stickers. I might have to do that. You know what? I might have to do that for Wicked Weekend. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's going to be my Wicked Weekend bodies. Do some
All right.
Waffle House bodies. Print. I'll paint Jason some red ones, and he can have Harbor Freight. You know, we could go all NASCAR. Dave, who are you going to have? Who are you going to have for your bodies?
No idea. I didn't even give that any thought.
What's
the
the,
Vulcan Quarry.
what's a sponsor that really brings out the quintessential of being last? So Lowe's sells sandbags. So
Lowe's.
we could do you could do a blue car with Lowe's stickers. Where you buy sandbags. Nothing but love. Nothing but love on Truth Motorsports. So
With every
All right.
bullet so far.
yeah, exactly. So hey, there's Stacy. All right, we can't finish this. All right, Stacy, I'm gonna bring
You got
I
to go
got-
grab her.
something for you. Hold on just a second. I will we're gonna have one more shout out just for Stacy.
See you, Bryce. We'll see you this weekend.
See you, Bryce.
We're just hanging out.
Let's see if my wife actually gets this message or I have to go downstairs and get her. Rusty's going to shoot me bringing this dog up here. Let's see here. All right. I'll be right back. I don't know if my wife's going to see that text message.
Oh, I got another pro tip if you're still here. For 10 scale, I put a little piece of Velcro on my batteries. And if you're running a Hobby Wing ESC, you can put the Wi-Fi dongle, plug it into the car, and while you're driving it, it'll collect data and save your RPMs and how much amps you draw and stuff like that. And the temperature, if you got a Hobby Wing motor, it has a temp sensor in there. So I started double-sided taping that thing in my 10 scale cars to see what they're doing. It's different than 8 scale. You got to know like how to gear it right. You don't want it to get too hot. So that, I don't know. I think data is good to have and it helps. But I think you can do that with 8 scale. I don't know the same benefits there. There she is.
There we go. There is the famous little girl. So there's Jason's next puppy. Say hi. Say hi to Stacy. She was dead asleep. She was crashed.
asleep?
Yeah. She was crashed out. Let's see who's Kylie's here too. Mama dog's below me. I'm not picking Kylie up. 70 pounds.
She'll jump up there.
Well, on that note, we will wrap this baby up and
Sounds good.
see you guys at the track. So,
See you on Saturday. VCS, let's go.
all right, guys, we'll see you at the track.
See you on the next one.
All right.